just want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Again, we're going to discuss about the back to school campaign, where we're looking right now to really maximize the number of staff meetings that we put on the calendar up front. We're trying to balance that between, usually we don't like to start too fast for the simple reason we can only do so many, of course, staff meetings, because at LAUSD, they're all on Tuesday evening. I'm sorry, on Tuesdays. And we can only do so many. We are getting some of you up to speed on being presenters. We are giving some of you access to the PowerPoint already, and it's going out to a few more people here today once you are up and running to the degree that we need you to be. And just so you know, the PowerPoint is password protected, because all you really need to do is hit play. And we don't want people messing with it, adding, subtracting, or doing anything like that. I just want to give you the really nexus of what we're going to talk about today is really about the opening. We did some openings today. George was in Bell, George was in Southgate, George was in a couple of cities. I was in LA myself. And so we're starting it off slowly but surely. This is the first week back to school, and it can be a little hectic. So you sometimes don't want to necessarily be there during the first week, but we want to go ahead and get the calendar filled up as much as possible. Thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate the feedback for so many people regarding the binder. If you scan it, the form is down, so don't worry, don't try it. But I just wanted to say thank you for all the feedback to all the people. Again, we are doing the email campaign. We had a glitch. The right one went out. We are already having positive feedback, and so we're looking to fill up the calendar. And so we want to make sure everybody's up to speed. But what I wanted to emphasize here today are a couple of things. Number one, is make sure that you know that you got to get your hands on the flyer that you see here if you are going to start to open up schools. And I'm going to show you how we do it, basically, which is one of our trade secrets, if you would. But there's more business that we can handle, and we want to make sure that we hit as many schools, and again, that everybody's doing their part to go ahead and do just that. The first thing we do is we lead. There's two tiers. Two levels, level 1, level 2. Most of you are level 2, meaning you go straight in requesting the actual date for the staff meeting. We're asking for the staff meeting date, but we're still leading by giving. But what we have this year is we have something that we haven't used in a very long time, and that is like a level 1 opener. Level 1 are for people that are basically all of you that are 2.0, and you know who you are, the newer people that have never done this before. We want to show you how simple it is. And I do mean simple, because what happens here is you literally walk into a school asking them if they want free stuff. And we never ask for a staff meeting date. George today does nothing but level 2 stuff. I do only level 2, but because I'm training so many people, I'm starting with level 1. And it's like taking candy from a baby. But I understand that, some of you have told me that you don't like talking to people. Listen, buddy, if you don't like talking to people, it's going to be tough in any business. And I think especially this type of business where you're going to meet with people anyways. And so what I'm going to talk about today is level 1. But a lot of you here are already level 2, so bear with me as I go over this part right here. Level 1 allows you to do several things. Understand the psychology, and the psychology of literally opening up a school is quite simple. Now, most people like to lead by asking or taking. I don't do that. My philosophy is to lead by giving first. And what I'm going to do is show you how we did it today. As a matter of fact, Monica was with me today as well, and I'm going to ask her to come on board and maybe unmute herself. She's tier 2. She's level 2, 2.0, so she's brand new. She's never done this before. And if she can do it, anybody and everybody on this webinar can do it. And so the way it works is very simple. Number 1, we go ahead and approach the school, and I'm going to give you some of the pointers as to how we do that in just 1 second. But the essence of what we do is we're looking for the principal. Very, very simple. So when we walk in and simply say something along the lines, hello, my name is Javier Rodriguez. I'm looking for the principal because what I wanted to do is see if the principal's interested in a donation we're considering for your school supplies. And then they usually go and check with the principal to see if they want to talk to you or not. Now, what we did today, we actually gave the flyer to the first office worker who took it to the principal, and then they told us, go see her. She wants to talk to you. I mean, understand schools need supplies. They want supplies, especially to give kids that maybe don't have supplies at home. So we're not going to equip a school. That's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to make a donation for something that principals and teachers already know, that there's a lot of kids that just don't have the stuff at home. So we went ahead and presented. They said, okay, she'll see you now. So we went back there. Hey, how you doing? And what we simply said is what I'm going to show you in a script right now is something along the lines of, hello, my name is Javier Rodriguez. I'm one of the district approved 403B advisors, and I'm holding up my badge, which is very, very important for you to have. And the reason that I'm here is because I wanted to see if you'd be interested in nominating your school for a donation of school supplies. Now, there's no strings attached. We're just simply saying, welcome back to school. And then, of course, you choose who you give them to. Many overwhelming majority of principals are going to say yes, especially when you say that there are no strings attached. Now, that's important because in a little while, we're going to get to the strings attached for what we really want to do. And so it's important for you to understand you can't be afraid of rejection because they're not going to reject you. You're not asking for anything. You're just giving to them. And what ends up happening is we show her or him, in this example, it was her, the flyer. And what I was emphasizing to Monica, the secret to being a very good opener is in understanding that you want that principal that just said yes to you. You want them to go ahead and do the heavy lifting for you for the next school. So what we did is we just simply small talk. Look, listen, this is Monica. Monica's been assigned to your school. And so you will be dealing with her moving forward. And what I really want to do at this point is go ahead and just, introduce you. Monica said hi. And that was pretty much it. The principal started filling out the form. Now, for you to know what the principal was filling out, what we really want to do is this right here. Let me go back over here. What we want to do is gather as much intelligence as possible. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody here, but what you want to do is gather as much intelligence as you possibly can at any given time. And so what I mean by that is we need to know who's who in the zoo, who's the principal, who's the office manager. Because remember, office managers are the gatekeepers. They hold the keys to the kingdom. They schedule the staff meetings. I get more staff meetings from office managers than I do from principals. And so you always want to find out who's who in the zoo. So what does this mean? Our goal is to get in and get out in 5 minutes max. Of the 5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes will be waiting for them to find the principal or doing something like that, or waiting for them to call you in. And so you're really going to just talk to them from 1 to 2 minutes, unless it's going super, super good. And so what we did today, and I'm just telling you from real life experience today, I took Monica, who had never been to any of this stuff, had never opened up a school, and just simply said, just watch me. And I just simply went in there, and staff, of course, first we check into the office. When we're inside the office, simply said, look, listen, I'd like to speak to the principal. Now, is this the same principal this year as last year? Yes. Who is it? Because I didn't know. I would just play stupid, And of course, they're like, oh, Miss Nino. Oh, of course, Miss Nino. Oh, that's cool. She's here again. Okay, cool. Listen, what I wanted to do was just see if she's interested in nominating your school for a school supplies donation we're looking to make right now. So she's like, all right, but she's talking to the assistant principal. And so what we never do, unless we have to, we never leave the form behind. Never. And so what I told her is, you know what? It's so important. I'll wait for her to be done with the meeting. And I didn't ask her if that was okay. I turned around and went and sat my butt on the chairs in the little lobby area. So once the office person went in there and spoke to her, 2 minutes later, she comes out and says, okay, she'll see you now. And I knew we were in. So we walked inside the principal's office and said, hey, Ms. Nino, how are you? And then not only that, but her name was splattered all over the damn place. So I knew her name was Ms. Nino. Hey, Ms. Nino, first of all, how was your summer? Short, I didn't get any time off, blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah. Okay, well, Ms. Nino, I'm not going to take much of your time, literally 30 seconds. Just wanted to let you know that we're looking to make a donation of school supplies for a school like yours. I was wondering if you'd be interested in nominating your school. It's pretty much a slam dunk win. And she's like, oh, really? And so she asked me for the flyer. I gave her the flyer. And as we were doing small talk, I noticed that she took out a pen and she started completing the form. Once they start to complete the form, don't interrupt them, of course. She went ahead, completed the form, gave it back to me. And here's where you have to be careful, because what we want is a staff meeting. We're not asking for it right now because we are teaching you. Now, George, Kathy, me, I would have gone straight for the staff meeting and gotten it. But we're not looking to do that. We're trying to show you how these principals and the office managers will not bite you. Okay, we're trying to keep your fear in check. And so what we did is we went ahead and she gave me the form and it was completed, gave me all the information that I needed. And then what I did is I whipped out and said, oh, by the way, this year, we're also going to be doing our actual sports equipment donation. as well as the Life Changer of the Month award. And immediately she went back to the sports equipment. She says, well, one thing we need is sports equipment more than anything. And I knew I had her. And so what you would do in that case, you would have a printout of these forms. Have one like the one you see on the screen. Have another one like you see here on the screen. But what I told her, what I explained to her, and what you need to get very, very good at is to explain to them that now what I want to show you now, Ms. Nino, is our sports equipment, which is by far the most popular thing we run, because you know how short supply they are. Damn kids kick it over the fence every other damn day. So I get it. However, those we present to the school at a staff meeting, during which we take 10 minutes to conduct a 4.3b update. Very, very, and she said, that's fine, you know. And all I had to do right there and then was simply say, well, can I talk to your office manager and set up a date in September? And she would have said 100% yes. But the reason I didn't is because I was training Monica, and I wanted to show Monica the most important element of opening up a school. 98% of the agents would have set up their appointment for the staff meeting for September, and ran out of there and be happy as can be. The money, and this is what you need to learn, the real big money, it's not in that. It's in what's called taprooting. Does anybody know what the hell taprooting is? Anybody? Unmute yourself real quick. Taprooting. Anybody? Anybody at all? Gotta be somebody. Okay, well, I'm going to show you. The one thing that I have built my entire business on this is the principle tap. Let me see if I can just show you a picture. I don't want you have to, and you've seen it a million times. I just don't want to bore anybody. Let me see if I can show hopefully one thing. Okay, perfect. Here it is. And so I just simply did nothing other than Google the damn thing, tap rooting. And this is what tap rooting means. It's weird. Okay, I know it's weird, but it works and it's made us millions. Okay, tap rooting. Now, I don't know if you guys see this A and B. Oh shit. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh, hold on. Okay, you guys see A and B on the left-hand side? Okay, taprooting, the definition of taprooting is the fleshy roots of a plant system that helps it survive long-term drought-like conditions and makes it difficult to transplant once you put it in. Now, what is that? Another way to look at that is that all those roots do all the work instead of a few roots. If a few roots go out, you're screwed. It's dead. But when it says deep root, so what does that mean in our world? It's very simple. The way taprooting is, I want somebody else to do the heavy lifting for me, and I would appreciate it if that happened to be the damn principal. Now, what the hell are the chances of them doing it? Once you understand the psychology of taprooting, here's what I told her. I always play stupid. Okay, Ms. Nino, thank you for your time. 30 seconds are up. We got to get going because we're looking for 9 more schools. We're doing only 10 schools in the LUSD right now. But let me ask you a question, Ms. Nino. Do you know of a well-deserving school around here that might be interested in also receiving a donation of school supplies? And she thought about it and she said, well, Wisdom Elementary, I think, would be a good job. The principal over there is Mrs. So-and-so. Oh, is it far? Because I don't want to drive far, Ms. Nino. No, it's just whatever the hell she said, down the street, whatever. Oh, okay, perfect. Well, can I ask you for a favor? Can you at least do me a favor? She says, you know what? I'll call her right now. That's what I was going to ask you to do. Can you call her? Let her know we're coming. And just so she doesn't think we're some riffraff, or, you know, she's like, okay, that's what I was going to tell her. And I was like, what, that I'm a riffraff? No, that you're not a riffraff. Okay, cool. And so we got out of the school. Not only do we have what we went for, which is the donation, we could have had the staff. I didn't want to get the staff meeting because I want to see Monica do that part. She's in training. And so at that point, if I'm going to go get the actual staff meeting date, well, hell, why do I need it there for? Does that make sense? I had it, but I'm trying to train her. Like I'm trying to train a lot of you here. So we got in the car, we go to the other school. They opened the door for us. Literally, they opened the door for us because the damn thing was messed up or something. And as soon as we walked in, you're looking for Mrs. So-and-so. Yes. And yeah, okay, we already got the call. And sure enough, here comes the principal from behind her office, where the hell she was at. And hi, just incredibly, because the other principal had told her. And so to make a long story longer, she ended up, say, yeah, give me the form. So she started filling out the form for the donation. But when I started to mention the actual equipment, sports equipment, because I knew that was the button for the principals, she said, yeah, well, that's the one thing our budget doesn't allow. We need more of the sports equipment more than anything else. And so what ended up happening, guess what? Gave her the flyer. She filled it out. And what did I ask her next? What do you think I asked her? We were done. We're out of there.
Taproot. He asked her for references, right?
And I asked her, hey, by the way, we're looking for 10 schools. We're down to only 6 or 7 left. Do you know of any really good, but only elementaries? Do you know any elementaries in the immediate area that maybe we can go ahead and nominate for this one as well? I've got 2 for you. And here we go again. And so what I'm saying is that it's that simple. It's not easy. And I'm glad that it's not easy. All the lazy bums would be here screwing it up for us, right? But it does require it, but it's doable by anybody. And she had to go. I had to go because of the situation with my brother that I had to go help her. But the point that I'm making is that I could have kept going all damn day and filled out my calendar until literally the end of the year. You cannot handle more than 1 a month. Forgive my French, bullshit. If somebody tells you, give me a staff meeting every week, listen to me. You cannot, and you should never try to do that. So if you're a producer, then all you want to do is produce. Don't be greedy. You're going to burn yourself out. All you need is 1 every month or 2. And it's going to be a lot of work following up. You're going to live in that damn school because you're going to go back for the appointments. Wasn't going to show up. So don't do that. Don't be the one that says, I want to go to 1 every week and open. Listen, you go to 10. And the reason that I always say, never do this unless you're going to do 10 in a row, 10 schools in a row, because it's the momentum. It's the momentum. It's the momentum. They're doing the work for you. Does that make sense? They're doing the work for you. You just got to get in your damn car and drive. And so what I'm getting at is that do it. And once you get your 10, now, part of the reason that 10 is a magic number is because I promise you, when you're new, you're probably going to screw it up on the first 2 or 3 tries. I guarantee you. And nothing is worse than you trying to be smooth and you screwed up the first one. And then the second one, and you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to go home and lay in my bed because I feel bad and I'll try it again tomorrow. You just lost the momentum. And so when I do videos for whatever, I always do at least 6 or 7 takes. And by the time I get to the 7th take, man, the difference was like night and day from the first. That's what this is intended to do. I want to help you make very good money. Now, part of the reason I'm also unlocking the vault and showing you how to do this is because we just cannot handle the number of schools that are asking for this in the LAUSD, plus the other districts that others are working. So we moved in and we got rid of the LAUSD logo and whatever. But the point that I'm making is that that's what we are looking to help you do. You open 1 a month, 1 every 2 months. And you're going to be as busy as you want to be. And here's the secret. If you really want to be busier, I'll open 2. But you're not going to be able to handle 1 or 2 every month. You can't do that. It's a lot of teachers in there. Nobody's in there. And so that's why it's so cool to do that. So going back to what we're looking to do, for those of you, we're going to start with LAUSD, and I'm going to cover everybody in other districts right now. Right now, we are in LAUSD mode. And so here's what we're looking to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send some of you that are ready. Now, who's ready and who's not ready? Very, very simple. I'll show you this right now. We are going primarily, as you all should know. Now, here's one flyer you should have with you, the school supplies. This is just talk. Does that make sense? It's just a way for you to walk in there confident. That's all it is. Confident. I also recommend you having this one. Now, for those of you that are level 2, start here. I would never start with the sports equipment if I wasn't with Monica. Why the hell do I want to give away, some school supplies? I'm trying to help them. And the best way, donate the sports equipment. They'll say yes on the spot. And right there on the bottom, clearly it says date of staff meeting, the time of staff meeting. And then little talk that you're going to hold with the principal is, oh, and by the way, now that we have the date, how many staff members on average attend your staff meetings? Be ready for that. If it's a continuation school, you might get 3 to 4 to 5. If it's an elementary school, 22 to 30. But if you're talking high school, which I'm not working with the high schools right now, that's a lot of work. And the high schools have a lot of freaking teachers, man. So once you poly, and don't be walking into a high school with the little jump rope and hula hoop thing. It's not going to go as well as it is with an elementary school. Elementary schools are the low hanging fruit. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but it's low hanging fruit. And so this is what we're going to give them. This is what they want. And we're gonna lead by giving. We're gonna go first, so they don't have to trust us. We're gonna go first. As long as you make it very clear. Now, obviously, this is not part of corporate money. I told, hey, National Life Group has billions of dollars, but they don't release a penny to this stuff. This is all out of our pocket. So we want to make sure that you understand this is paid for by us helping teachers secure their retirement. No, I understand, of course. Perfect. That we are officially in business. And that's what you really want to do in regards to that. Now, I also recommend you having this one, and this is just a copy of the actual Life Changer of the Month award. And so what we do here is we recognize a well-deserving teacher that you, the principal, selects or nominates, and then that teacher receives a gift certificate, gift card, and a brand new tablet. And they're like, oh my God, every teacher likes to recognize. Well, of course, that's why we're here. Does that make sense?
Are you going to send us these flyers?
Yes. And here's what we're going to do. Understand one thing. I don't want anybody to get ahead of themselves. We have a marketing machine that we are going to customize with your name, your phone number. This will help you be so successful. It's not even funny. And the cost, by the way, to you will be zero if you're part of my team. Zero, nothing. So whether it be this one with your contact info, the other one with your contact info, this one, or even the name badges. This is the final batch that's being worked on. Almost all of them are here. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the actual badges in as many people's hands as possible so that you have it with you in case you simply look at this and say, well, what the hell am I going to wait for you, Javier, for? I can stumble my butt into a school and just tell them I want to give them something. And that's what we're looking for. Because again, I'm going back tomorrow with a few other people. Then I'm going back on Friday with a few more people. But what I'm doing on Friday, I'm going to meet up. I don't have the school yet, but I'm going to meet somewhere and I'm going to give everybody that shows up just your badge at least. Say, hey, here's your badge. This is your National Life Group lanyard. I want to give you your stuff and some flyers printed out in color. Now, I don't know how many of you print out your own stuff. I have what the hell is it called? Oh, the Epson Eco Tank is what it's called. In my lifetime, I would hate to be my own printer in my next lifetime because the Eco Tank has, unlike those stupid ripoff cartridges that most HPs and printers have, and they sucked all the juice. These come with a tank of ink, man, and it's a whopping $200 at Costco. And I literally print thousands and thousands and thousands. I print on my own stuff just because I need it just like that. And I encourage you all to have something like that so you can print stuff out. Don't be cheap. Don't be that person printing everything out in black and white because you're cheap. Run your business with class. Be proud of what you do because I'm telling you, that will precede you. Does that make sense? That stuff will precede you when you watch, and you're going to feel more confident, just like it is with your attire as well. And so what I'm going to do for those of you that are commission eligible, and you know who you are going to commit that no later than next Monday, you're going to hit your 10 schools. I'm also going to send you this right here. Let me go ahead and open this up. I'm going to send you a link to a Dropbox. Let me open up the folder, and it's a Dropbox. Here it is. And what it does, it has the 4 regions. We're talking East, North, South, and West. So let's just say Fernando, right? I keep getting your emails, which is cool. Now you're going to probably be the South. So you open up the South. And so what I need from you is the name of 10. Start with elementary schools. Trust me on this one. Start with elementary schools. And so now I don't know if you're closer to the west side. Is that where you are?
I'm a little south of there, like right around here. Right there, right around there. Okay. Yeah.
So the point that I'm making is that here there's a legend that tells you elementary schools are the circles, right? Yeah. And so my recommendation, I would recommend start as far south so nobody takes that and it's easier to manage, and just simply say, okay, you're going to email me by tomorrow, White Point, Leland. And so the way I call it is think vending machine route. A vending machine route can make you a lot of money, but it makes no one no money if the damn thing is empty and there's no product in there. So you're going to go once every month or twice a month, max. and you're going to make your rounds.
It's like a
Right?
circuit.
A circuit, that's all it is.
Mhm.
And so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can do middle school. Now remember, you might look a little dumb going into high school trying to again dump hula hoops and things like that on them. But we can do it. We can do it. So it's not an issue. So the popular one with all schools, sports equipment. The sports equipment works with every single one of them. And as a matter of fact, the only reason we stayed longer with the first principal is because once she talked to me, I asked her, what do you think will work for principals the most? And she's like, yeah, do this, stay away from that. Teachers love these gift cards to this website or whatever the hell she said. But you get, it's a relationship. It's relationship marketing. And so what I want to do is I want to bring aboard. I just saw her here. I want to congratulate her, first of all, but I do want to bring Monica. Monica has never opened up a school in her life. I don't, but the point is that she was there, and I just wanted to get her feedback as to what she thought. She had never met that principal before, and neither the first nor the second. I had never met the second for sure. I saw the first when I was doing a presentation with Joy Bell, but I never met her. I just saw her there. But Monica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you. If you don't mind, what are your thoughts on the process that you saw today?
I mean, it was simple. It does require some, courage, not like just courage. And knowing what to say to the principals, being relatable and friendly, and just doing it. And once they give you the go or the referrals, the tap rooting, definitely seeing the importance of having to go. I felt bad that I had to go and couldn't continue, and it's been on my mind this entire time. So, but if you want me to go tomorrow, I can go tomorrow, not a big deal, and it's important also to document if you guys, I'm an Instagrammer, I do Instagram, Facebook, and I videotaped it. Send me your Instagram if you want, and I can tag you on the post that I just did. My post that I did a reel on it did over 200 currently, or it's probably at 250 right now views, and I got a nomination for a school that I'm gonna go see tomorrow, so that I want to talk to Javier about it. That's how you start generating referrals, and from there I'm already thinking, oh, I already know that school, I know where the elementary is for I'm pretty sure they know the principals, because so they know each other, and there you go. It's just, it keeps momentum, keeps coming, and you just gotta go with it. Wear some comfortable shoes, guys.
Yes, wear comfortable shoes and make enough time to anticipate that if you're doing it the right way, they're going to send you to another. Oh, we interrupted your dinner. Sorry. But anyways, and I'm getting sleepy just looking at Stanley, man. I'm getting sleepy. But the guy's in bed already. But anyways,
now, you know what? We've got friends here from the house. We've got a family wedding this weekend.
Oh,
and so everybody's now, so I've just come to my bedroom.
There
it's the
you go.
easiest thing to get away from everybody.
There you go. But like I said, the key thing though, guys, is that we're going to put up some massive number of staff meetings. Don't overdo it, because I'm telling you right now, it sounds cool and everything. It's a lot of work to service these appointments. And right now we are still short with people, but we have enough. We still have some people that are waiting to pass their second appointment. And so what I'm saying is that you can count on yourself primarily, because I don't know if that many people that can take that are qualified, because I'd rather not see somebody than send somebody who's not ready. But going back to this, what I wanted to show you and wrap it up is just simply with some pointers as it relates to what to say when you're talking to somebody. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something right now that's going to give you, or serve, if you would, as a very simple guide. And I want to show you that right now. So let me just put this up on the screen real quick and explain to you what I'm talking about. Now, this is a very short, because you're reading it, of course, it's very short. And so the way it revolves around it is just simply letting people know the following. So if I walk into, and I'm going to dress how you dress, what you do. When you walk in, first of all, the office staff are the gatekeepers. It might be the office manager, it might be just an ordinary clerk, doesn't matter. So just simply introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Javier Rodriguez with National Life Group. How are you doing today? Always start with the human element. Human nature dictates that people that we're nice to are nice right back to us. So don't go in there barking orders. Just simply say, hi, my name is Javier Rodriguez with National Life Group. How you doing? Good. That's what the wait for answer stands for. Wait for answer. I would like to speak with the principal regarding a potential donation of school supplies for the school. I literally only need 1 minute of his or her time. Now I'm going to show you how to get rid of the his or her in just 1 second. All right. Wait for an answer. Now understand that human nature is human nature. When they hear donation, they're going to think we want it. And so the chances of them bringing out, if the principal is there, very, very high. And so what you're going to do at that point is just simply go ahead and they're going to usually take you to the principal, or the principal will come out to you. Hello, Principal Jones. My name is Javier Rodriguez with National Life Group, and we're district approved 403B advisors, as I'm holding on my badge. And here you go. I'm here today to see if you'd be interested in nominating your school for a donation of a box of school supplies with no strings attached. It's just our way of saying, welcome back to school. As you hand him or her the flyer, give them a flyer, but make sure it's a school supply donation. Most of the time, they're going to review it. Most of the time, they're going to look for the strings that are going to be attached, or they're going to look for conditions. There's none. And at that point, you're done with the exception of, once they do that, what you want to make sure you do next is, I say, either are filling it out, just simply say, and by the way, we also sponsor other campaigns, including our sports equipment donation campaign, the Life Changer of the Month Award. And as you hold up one or both of the flyers or whatever flyers you might have as well. Now, what we are there to do is not to select dates or ask them for a date for a staff meeting. We're there to build rapport and initiate a relationship by leading by giving. If all you did was leave it at that, I would go back with you a second time to show you how to turn that relationship now into something that's going to give you an actual date for a staff meeting. It's very, now, like I said, George doesn't do any of this crap. He went today, I don't know how many he got, but he just goes out there and just comes back with a bunch of staff meeting dates. Very simple when you understand that you're bringing something to the table that they want as well. What I want to continue here is just wrap this up. And here's what I want to stress to everybody. You have to make sure you dress like you would like to be addressed. So what does that mean? I only wear a suit and tie when I go to these places, because in the world of schools and teachers, it is very important to dress at least one level above them. You don't want to go in there and talk to a principal or an administrator who's got just a white shirt and tie, and you're in your Dockers type of thing. The only exception to wearing a suit and tie, there's only one exception: if you have a uniform shirt, if you have a legit National Life Group polo, if you have a legit Anaco polo, if you have a matching badge with the shirt, then that's fine. But other than that, in the world of schools, they're conditioned to respect and almost fear the suits, is what they call it. The administrators wear only suits. The principal, who's the boss, wears what? A suit. Now, with police, it's the opposite. It's a complete, never wear a suit around a cop. I'm telling you right now, because of I was with one of our leaders when he first started working with the police departments. I showed him how to book a roll call, and I showed up and I've got my polo, and no, I have a shirt, like just like a shirt. And I look at him and I go, why are you wearing a suit? I told you not to wear a stupid suit. Well, I'm professional. I go, whatever, screw it. I'm not going to argue with this guy. And sure enough, as cops started to come in, internal affairs is in the house, right? And I was like, no, man, we're not internal affairs. No, we're here to talk to you about retirement. And the second one comes in, wasn't me. Are you investigating me? And finally, he took out the stupid jacket and took off the tie. And I was telling him, sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you. And the last thing you want to do is not be smooth and yet come in underdressed and they eat you up. And then you should be afraid. If you're going to walk in looking like a bum or looking like anything less than who you're trying to project, just save your time. Here's the most insulting thing that somebody can do, or which is also the stupidest thing that you can do in the world of schools. When you walk in that door, they literally have 2 seconds to make an assumption. Now, they can assume that you're what? Give me an example. What are some of the things that in 2 seconds, the office staff that's going to determine whether or not they bring you before the teacher, the principal, or they bring the principal to you in 2 seconds. What are their options?
Sales.
Parent.
Okay, but a parent is the worst thing that can happen. they're going to assume you're a parent if you're walking in looking like you're going to go hang drywall or print or paint your garage or something. And that's embarrassing because they serve parents, but they don't necessarily look up to parents, is what I'm saying. And so when you walk in looking sharp, 80% of the battle is won unless you screw it up. And so even if you do, it makes the interaction more forgiving. Does that make sense? It makes it more forgiving. If you forget one thing, if you, oh, let's stumble, that's fine. But that's why I like to take people with me at least 1 or 2 times. And like I told Monica, take good notes because this is it. This is all you're going to get. And that's why we went to the second one. I told her, all right, you got this one? She's like, I'd rather see you one more time. Then that's fine. I'm there already. But like I said, what really saved her as well was that the principal filled out the form in its entirety because I was telling her, always make sure that if you're going to fill out the form, fill it out completely, including the name of the office manager, because here's what we want to do. The perfect world revolves around the principal giving you permission and letting the office manager know that you can book staff meetings with them. And so that's why Monica has to go back to that school, probably in a week or 2 at least, just to say hi, drop off a gift card for the office manager and the principal or something like that, because you will own that calendar. And not only that, but I have so many principals that I can call them up and say, hey, Principal so-and-so, Javier, even if I know them at the person level, I always respect them and say, Principal so-and-so. That's another thing in that world. That the damn teacher across the hallway, they talk to each other, they know each other, they go drinking every night, but they're still Mr. Jones, yes, Mr. Smith. They're like, you know who the hell he is. You have to, but that's how they operate. So you got to respect that. And so what does that mean? That means that I would say, Principal so-and-so, it's kind of getting slow. Can you do me a favor? What is it? I would really appreciate if you could put me in contact with the principal or two to go ahead and blah, 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 or whatever the case might be. And boom, they'll do it for you. That's what you want to do. You don't want to be going around, hunting for business all year as a way of doing business. You want relationships. I've got, as a matter of fact, I told Monica, we're going to go meet another principal tomorrow that keeps bugging me about doing a staff meeting at her school. And I just never have gotten a chance. And so I'm going to show up tomorrow and just tell her, fine, let's just do your damn staff meeting. Maybe this month. Let's just kick it off with that one. But what I want to do is give everyone the opportunity by giving you the training, the support, the tools, the flyers, the badges. Like, you got to do your part. Like I said, I will not go with anybody that dresses like a bum. I will tell you, go embarrass your damn self. I'm not going to go with you. And then 2 of us are embarrassed. I don't want to do that, because all it takes, like with today, I get it. Monica had to leave. I had to leave. But had we just continued the tap rooting, we would have hit our 10 in about an hour and a half. That's literally the next 2 or 3 months worth of work done in one mid-morning. Other things to keep in mind: don't go during drop-off hours. So in other words, never show up before 9 a.m. You want to go between 9:30 to 10, and no later than probably 1, because then the kindergartners get out, and then the others get out, and parents are in the office. We don't want distractions. So the sweet spot, definitely 9:30, 10, so call it lunch, 12. I mean, I don't know what the hell you're going to do for 2 hours there. I mean, we're just going to be there 5 minutes per school. And if I screw it up where I can't communicate to them what I'm there to do, and they say, thank you, get out of here, then just turn around and make a note. And so my outcome is always yes or no, good or bad. If I ask Monica, hey, how many schools did you hit up? 10. How did it go with most of them? I've got 5 good and 5, no's. That's fine. That just means something happened. I don't need to know, because there's 700 schools. You understand? I mean, the question is, did she even go? We've got a lot of people. We got people that are still waiting. I don't know what the hell if they're wanted by the FBI, but I'm still waiting for like 14 people to send in a picture of themselves. I think they're wanted. I think that, the cops are looking for them or something. And literally, they're in hiding. So I don't know why they came here. But the point that I'm making is we have to do our part. And so my recommendation to you, review this video, because it's going to be up and running. Also, I think it's FFS on youtube.com, our channel, FFS on youtube.com, our team channel for YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to it. You have no clue how many people email me and text me, is the video uploaded? Is the video uploaded? Just go to the damn channel. If it's not there, it hasn't been uploaded. And if you subscribe and click on the little notifications bell, it actually lets you know when the new video has been uploaded. And that's what we want to do. So between the badges, which are basically done, whoever got it in, whoever didn't. I want to make sure that I let you know. So tomorrow I'm going to be in the East LA area, if you would, hitting up schools and opening up and setting up. Now I'm going to do some my way, just to get some damn staff meetings. I don't like to slow down too much to do this whole, lead. I'm not going to do that, but I'll do some. But I want to do a little bit of both. But we got to fill up the calendar. We got to get it going, because all we need and all you need is. And here's part of the reason that I'm sharing this with you. Understand that if you do what I just said, and you opened it up, you do everything that needs to be done, there's no splits if you're the opener. Does that make sense? There's no split. So why would you give up 20, 25% or whatever, when you could just keep the whole damn thing and do it the way I'm showing you? Or you can wait for me, and that's fine. But anything that I do, that I pay, that I sponsor, I'll do it all. I'll sponsor every single one of them. I don't care. But there will be a split on every single sale. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. And so I'm just trying to help you make more money and make more money faster. And like I said, I think that between now and the end of this month, Monica's rest of her year needs to be filled already. It needs to be done. What the hell is she going to be doing then? What else is she going to do? Wait for me to give her something? Well, I could do that, and I'm going to, but she should be telling me, thank you for that, but I don't need any business. I can't take it right now. I'm focusing on 100% of my contract, and we'll do that. Any questions from anybody about anything? Any questions at all? I'm going to go ahead, please.
I've got, regarding Friday, in the email, you said you'd like to meet us on Friday, give the badges and the flyers and the schools. Where and when is that going to happen?
We're going to meet at between 10:30 and 11, in case I'm behind based on the schools before that. And we're going to be meeting towards as close to the central part of LA. So I would call it the north of central LA, more than likely somewhere off the 10 freeway and Broadway, somewhere around that area. I was actually today in Hollywood, and I called several of you, and I was able to meet some. All I want to do right now is just get your badge in your hand, in case you see that, you know what? I'm going to go to a school in my area, elementary, and screw it up, or at least screw it up in class with your badge. You look professional as you screw it up,
right,
and work that out. So don't worry about that. So here's your homework. Your homework is, here, listen, if you guys want to get it done right now, let me just do this right now. I'm going to put it to the chat, a link that's going to give you the maps that I just showed you of the schools, so that way you can select 10 in your area. And sometimes people tell me, what if somebody chooses, or 5 people choose the same school? That would be a good problem to have, just so you know. Everybody that talks, most don't ever end up doing it, so don't worry about that whatsoever. So here it is, okay? Let me see. USD district. And so I'm going to go ahead, district maps, that's what it's called. Here it is. And so what I'm going to do, district, okay, hold on. I think it's called regions. I'm sorry, hold on. LAUSD region maps, that's what it's called, region maps. Okay, LAUSD. And there are other maps, LAUSD, but this one has everything and makes it so much easier, region maps. So there. So what I'm going to do for those that are here, and I'm going with the ones that are here primarily, I'm going to give you first dibs at this. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Please go into the chat right now. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Go into the chat. And when you go into the chat, you're going to see a link. If you can, anybody can click on it and tell me if it opens. I just make sure that's the right one. It should be 4 maps: east, west, north, south.
I see the link. I'm clicking on it.
Okay, it works. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And so, like I said, whatever you are, we got some people in the valley, some people, all over the place, to be able to do that. Other questions from anyone, please?
Yeah, so sorry. So regarding Friday, what arrangements can we make with you? Where do you want to meet us?
Here's what we're going to do, because there's so many people that have now said, I want to go ahead and do this. I'm going to be in LA again all of next week, just to hit up schools and show people. Now, you're going to come with me for 1 or 2. That's all you're going to get. There's not a whole lot to it. The whole purpose of me going with you on the first, sometimes 2, is because I want to make sure that you see me try to taproot. Does it always work? Not always, but it works most of the time. But the reason that I'm doing that is because, again, I just want to prove to you that when you walk into these places, nobody's going to attack you. Nobody's going to bite you. Nobody's going to hurt you. That's really what it is. I'll go first. So if somebody's going to die, let it be me. And then when I come out of there and you come out of there alive, then you realize, well, maybe I am a grown person. I should be doing this on my own. And that's all there is to it. 80% is the dress, 10% is your badge. The last 10% is going to be what you say. And out of that, the flyers will do most of the talking for you anyways. I'm also going to send you a link in via email regarding the flyers that I'm sending you. Here's what I want you to do. Some have my phone number, some do not. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to take it out of all of them, but I want to put your folder once you complete the schools. Now, here's the deal. If you're not going to do this by this coming Monday, you're not going to do it at all. Let's just not sugarcoat it. And I'm not looking for those people. For those that commit, and let me pull it up right now so you see what I'm talking about. I just saw it here. Let me pull it up. Let's see. I want to show you, and I'm going to send it to you right now. Give me a second, please. And I'm going to send this to you. And all this is, and this is what I do need, 100% from you. And here's the way it's going to work. So let me just go ahead and download this PNG. Nope, I want it in PDF so you can have a standard PDF. And let me just drop it into the Dropbox so I can get a link for you as well. Hold on, here it is. And so I'm going to send it to you right now before we go. There it is. There it is. School donation. Okay, here it is. Okay, it's here already. School donation log. Okay, there it is. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. School donation. And I'm going to put it in the. Let me see. Okay, there it is. Okay, school donation log to PDF. And so I'm going to send another. I'm sending this via the chat, and it is an ugly form because I created it. Hold on. And so what this one does, let me go back over here and fire it up. All this is, here's what I need you to do, and I do need this by Monday. This is a ugly log, as you can see. It has for up to, I think, 15. So here's where you're going to put your 10 schools that you're going to want to work. Write down. Now, you get it off the map, and here's the key thing. My recommendation to you, I told you earlier, I was going to show you how. So let's just say, like that teacher told, or that principal, I should say, told me Wisdom Elementary. So you're going to select, here, let me go back and show it to you. I'm going to go back to the map, and I was talking to, I think, who was it? Fernando, I think. And so let's just say Leland Street Elementary. I know it's an elementary because there's a circle. You guys see that?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the cool part. All you need to do, put Leland. And keep in mind that the schools are named the same damn name all over the damn country. So you always want to make sure you're in the right school district, LAUSD. And I'm just going to simply come in here. And every school has to have, they have to have an actual website. So I'm going to click on the website for Leland Street Elementary. There it is. And the cool part about this is that, let me minimize this so I can see better, is that you can come in here and literally go into, let's just say faculty, and there's the staff, there's all the names are there, email addresses, but most importantly, the phone number. And so what I do is I would just simply call it, because remember, all you're doing is 10. You would just, write down the phone number, go ahead and give them a call. Hi, I'm just curious, who's the principal this year? And that's all you need to do. That is it. That's all you need to do. And so again, what's really nice about this is that and so you're going to do that just 10 times, only 10 times. And once you do that, you go to the next one, whatever that might be. And here's Cabrillo Avenue. Now I do everything. I don't like to lose momentum. So if I go in here and back to Google, I'm so lazy, I'll leave the LAUSD in there. Cabrillo Elementary, and there it is. I'm Google, it's just there. So I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on website. There it is. And again, all the information is going. Now, if you notice, every website is a different style, which is fine. Nobody cares. But I do know that Nathan McAnish is the principal. That's all I need right there. That's the principal. And so when I call him, I'm going to say, hey, I just want to make sure that Dr. McAnish, it's just like McMuffin or something, McAnish or whatever the hell, McAnish. I want to just make sure. Now, when I don't know, I always call to see how they pronounce it, because they do pronounce it the right way. Okay, cool. And now you have that. Go to the next one. Okay, and so you're gonna come in here, and I'm gonna and I hope you see what I'm doing. Bandini Street now. Okay, so I'm just simply gonna come back in here and Bandini.
Right. After we go see them, do we then report back to you?
Yes, I need that by Monday because here's what's gonna happen. So once again, I know I'm boring you, and I know everybody's saying, okay, we get it. I get it, but I want to make sure I show you what I'm talking about as it relates to how they all look a little different. No big deal, but you can come in here and get all the information you want. So going back to the question, did I put it in the chat or not yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Okay, here it is. I'm going to send you this log right now into the chat. Can somebody click on that one, please, and just make sure it says log?
Hang on, it's all slowed down.
No worries.
Can I ask you one more question
Yeah.
quickly? So Friday, I'm really slammed Friday because my wife,
Sure.
I have to take her to the doctor. Is there any way I can get the badge, let's say Friday or midday, and then go see the schools next week or something?
I mean, you could do that as long as you come to me. Is what I'm saying. I'm not playing FedEx,
Yeah.
you know. So that's what I'm saying.
I'll
So
come to you.
just call me, and I'll just tell you kind of. I'm going to be in this general area.
Okay.
I'll be what I call the 110 corridor. Usually, is what I like to work.
The link works.
Are you gonna have the badges tomorrow?
I'm going to have tomorrow, but I'm going to be more towards the East LA portion, towards the 60, and more towards the
Are you-
5 Oil Heights area. So just meet me tomorrow. You can have the badge tomorrow.
Okay, I'll call.
Tomorrow or Friday. This is Walt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I just want to get in your hands because as you can see, everybody here is sharp enough to say, well, shit, I don't need you, man. Just get the hell out of my way. And that's what I really want to do, and be able to do that as well. And so
I'll hook up with you for next week. And you also mentioned a possible something in Culver City this Saturday. Is that nothing?
it right now we're waiting. Hold on, for to record the meeting locally. Yeah. The answer is I don't. Let me let you know by tomorrow because I have a personal commitment that I need to move first, and they won't tell me till tomorrow if I can do that. And again, it's just a last minute thing for people that have the time, and I get it. I get it. It's not something that's mandatory, but I just wanted to do more of the role playing, the approaching and contacting principals and stuff like that to get it going. But just so you know, Stephen, I'm going to be coming to the Valley next week to work with you and Denny.
Great.
And we're going to be hitting up schools. So if you want to hit at least one in between before then, just to get the jitters out of your system, you can do that. If not, just wait for me. But I'm coming to the Valley next week.
Great. Thank you.
Well,
All right.
This is Walt. I can catch up with you tomorrow if you just text me and let me know where you are.
Perfect. All right. I will definitely go ahead and do that. And like I said, we'll just meet off somewhere after 110 or whatever the hell it is.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. What time?
Anybody?
So just could you just so the process basically is we go to these principals, drop off this form, and then follow up within a week. Is that correct?
No. We want to do what we want to do. We approach the principal, the office manager or the office staff. Let them know. Okay, and I speak with the principal regarding a potential donation of school supplies we're considering making to this school. They get the principal. The principal comes out. Hello, my name is Javier Rodriguez of District 43B. Hold up my name badge. And the reason I'm here is I wanted to know if you want to nominate your school for a donation to school supplies. Yes, I would like to do that. Here's the flyer. They go ahead and complete it, or you complete it for them. And then we go ahead and take that information. And then our last thing is, by the way, we have 3 more schools that we are looking to donate stuff for. Do you know of any good, well-deserving elementary schools in this immediate area? Because this is what I cover. Yeah, ABC Elementary and XYZ Elementary. And so that's the whole thing. Well, what I'm saying is that what you need to get me by next week is the log of which ones you went to, because we want to make them exclusive to you. Does that make sense?
Okay, got you.
And it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. We don't really have that big of a problem because everybody's coming out of this COVID and this Zoom thing. So there's nobody out there, guys. There's nobody out there. And so that's why we're saying that we will respect it. That will be your 10 schools. And before you say, oh, I want to call dibs on 50, listen, all you need is 10 because you're probably going to screw it up with 3 and the other 7 will work with you or whatever the case might be. And here's the one thing that almost never happens, but it does from time to time. And if they say the principals in a principals meeting down at headquarters, okay, then the choice for you, I personally would rather come back and before I leave it. Or if you do leave the flyer, let them know that you're going to come back to pick it up from the principal. What's a good day that they'll be here for sure? Well, tomorrow. Okay, they'll come back tomorrow. The choice is yours. I don't like to leave anything behind. When they tell me that they're busy in the meeting with the parent, I'm there already. I'll just sit there and wait. This is what I do.
Can I clarify real quick? So
Sure.
I'm looking at the map. I picked 10 schools in a relatively short distance, right? Mostly elementary schools, right? I'm trying to really clarify.
Sure.
Then send you an email with that log, right? That form that you just sent us. Send you the email with the ones that we've chosen, or do we go see them first before we send you the email?
You go see them first.
Okay.
If there's a box, just yes or no. What was the outcome? It could be up or down, thumbs up, thumbs down, good, bad, positive, negative. Doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
We're not looking. Just nobody's looking to get graded, but we just do want to start reserving the schools and assign them to you so that they do become your route. My goal is to fill up your calendar for the next 3 to 4 months in the next 2 to 3 weeks maximum. Because what happens is that, remember, we don't do just school supplies, but we also do sports equipment. On top of that, we do this Life Changer of the Month award for teachers. So we don't bore them. And that's all if you got one school a month, you're going to be pushing it because there's holidays between there, pupil-free days. And so all you really want is one a month.
Could you post a script to the chat, please?
Sure. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Let me go ahead and send this to you guys so you can just, better yet, I'll just email it to you. How's that? I'll email you that.
Beautiful.
That way
Thank
it's a nice, clean PDF. And you got it.
Can you email it to me
To everybody. I'll send it to everybody.
as well?
Javier, what if we go see? What if we go see the first 3 schools and the first 3 schools sign up for staff meetings? I mean,
That's good. I mean,
that-
I today I was biting my lips so hard when that lady was telling me, when the principal was saying, "Oh no, I understand the staff meeting." So I'm like, "Damn it!" But because I was with Monica, I just really wanted her to go the longer route because I really wanted to take the pressure off her and show her there's no pressure. But she was like, "Yeah, of course, the staff meeting." And so the magic words, once you understand when a principal is telling you, "Oh yeah, no issue," then would it be okay with you, Principal, Paez, if I just simply take up the date with the actual office manager, please? Go for it. That place is yours. Because remember, here's what we don't do. We do schedule from time to time for training purposes, what are called lunch and learns. A lunch and learn is where you go sit inside the cafeteria for teachers, if you would. I don't do that. I have never, well, I can say anymore. I don't work that because they don't work. Does that make sense? If your way of doing business is to go interrupt people when they're trying to eat, it's a very difficult thing. I don't do that. But here's when you do want to do that. When you promise yourself you're not going to talk to anybody, because once this school is your school, now you just want to be seen in front of people. You don't want to bug them. You don't want to sell them. You don't want to convert them. You don't want to do anything. But it gives you permission to walk the campus, as we call it, and get commercials, 30-second commercials in October. So right now we don't book any lunch and learners. They don't work. I don't like to. I hate that when somebody's trying to eat and here you go, "Hey, can I talk to you about?" I'm like, damn, I'm trying to eat my sandwich, man. On top of that, most teachers bring their lunch. They eat in their classrooms as well, and all that other good stuff. And the teachers that are in the actual lunchroom a lot of the times are the antisocial ones, anyways. And nobody wants to eat with them, to be able to do.
But you're going to give us those flyers, right? Or
I'm going to send you also the flyers. Okay. But like I said, next week, the difference for those that give me back the form that you did go see those 10 schools, I don't care the outcome. I'm not looking for anything, just for you to do it. By next week, when you return it to me, you will have 3 flyers with your contact info already printed on the bottom in PDF format. Does that make sense? That's what I'm going to do. So right now, just use the generic one. By next week, you'll have the one with your and if you notice on the bottom, it's got a little scissor thing where it's supposed to be. So the way it works, they fill it out, you rip it off, you keep the bottom portion with all the information, and then you go ahead and let them keep that one so they can remember you as well. Any questions about anything?
Yes, regarding Friday again, it's just not clear to me. Do you want us in suits and ties and to meet you on Friday? You're going to go with us to a school already on Friday?
The answer is no, unless I tell you you're going to be going to the open to schools. I'm just going to meet with some people to say, here's your badge and some flyers. Okay. I'm giving everybody 10 flyers. Everybody's getting 10 color flyers of the school donation only. I'm sure there's going to be some people that are going to be hardcore. They're going to go just for the staff meeting right away, which is, I want to say that. That would be outstanding. That's all George does. That's all I do. But
Okay.
some people do need the baby steps.
All right. So are you going to contact us prior to Friday, or you want us
Yes,
to
I will
call you on
contact
Friday?
everybody no later than tomorrow.
Okay, fine. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. All righty, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I apologize.
Javier, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
When you're talking about for us to go out to the schools based off of the ones that we're choosing based off of the region, I know you had touched on it, but the likelihood of 2 or 3 agents overlapping to go visit the same elementary school, like for example East LA, is that likely, or how do we get around
The
that?
answer is we're going 100% by first come, first serve. Whoever gets me that logbook saying they visited ABC Elementary, it's their school. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think what I should clarify is if I go to Garfield Elementary, I don't know if that's whatever Garfield
Sure.
Elementary, and then someone behind me comes in the next day or two, the
Yeah,
likelihood of that
happen. I mean,
happening
if
probably won't.
the worst case scenario, they tell you. As a matter of fact, we had Fernando Paez here last week, and we booked something with them. Just go to a different one, but it's not.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
All right, and like I said, it's not limited to LAUSD. That's what I discussed right now. But we're talking about the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, Fontana. Georgia's working in that area as well. So this is intended to be a district neutral. That's
Sorry,
what I wanna-
sorry to interrupt, but you just brought up, I just got a question. There's a lot of charter schools here too. How do you, in their
They're wide open. They are hurting more than ever before. They're trying to put them out of business, if you would. So my recommendation would be to go ahead and literally hit them up. It's wide open.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't say LAUSD. That's why it's just school donations.
So question, the charter schools, if they do offer 403B, is under the same companies that LA Unified School District?
Yeah, so we're approved 403B providers for them as well.
Okay, okay.
So call a provider or advisor. Don't call them vendor. They call us vendors. We're not vendors. We don't consider ourselves vendors. You know, sounds tacky, but anyways, we're better than that. You know, so we're advisors. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll send this email out right now. It'll have the information that I promised. And if it doesn't, if it needs, just go ahead and hit me up, reply to the email, or just better yet, just everybody has my email, leaderinaction@gmail.com. And the reason that I say that is because what happens is the email service that we used to send out the group emails, sometimes when people hit reply, it sends it to the cow milk or whatever the hell that the cow service is that sends out the mass emails and it doesn't come to me. Just always send me directly, leaderinaction@gmail.com. All right.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Monica, on a great job today. Keep it up. And for everybody else, let's go out there and catch up to her and pass her. All right. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Cheers.